Nuovarden is a dimension of wide-open mystery and infinite discovery created by our very own DungeonMisterTy and published by Adventure Slang Productions. You can learn all about this dynamic game system and wondrous setting at adventureslang.com.
Let's recap how we got to this point so far. Within the gargantuan halls of the Citadel, the companions approached the final confrontation with the Overlord. They followed the elemental Krakfost toward the fateful introduction when the sound of Isha's voice in another room drew their attention. With a quickly planned ruse, the party entered the room and there found Isha addressing a zombified Ophir and two small colossi. Before the group could enact their revenge, however, Isha opened a planar doorway and stepped through, closing the portal behind. The corpse of Ophir collapsed into a dead heap while the stone figures attacked. After the battle, Krakfost guided the allies the final way to the court of the Overlord, wherein they found a massive colossus. A debate ensued, point and counterpoint, until the discussion could go no further, and a battle ensued. Krakfost the Deceiver threw their cowl over Felavayi, Vajvahan, and Kava, trapping them inside a net lined with lyrithium ore, a manifestation paralyzing material, and thus ensnared began slamming the hapless victims onto the stone-tiled floor. In addition, the Overlord fired beams of primacy straining energy at Zorik, weakening the Asgar as he fought to save his companions. Zorik's first act was to release the spirits of his ancestors, as his great-grandfather Beos Asuri had long directed, and with the spirits assailing over the Overlord, achieved some mode of assistance against the Great Colossus. With Embrol and Zorik directing attacks at the Overlord, Zorik and Kava also began hacking at the net, cleaving at last through the fibers and freeing those trapped inside. Kava took Fateworm form, while Felavayi and Vajvahan alternated support and offense against the foes. At one point, Zorik was felled to death's door by the crushing attack of the Overlord. With Felavayi's mystical aid, however, the Asgar returned to the fray, and the battle raged on. At last, the Overlord fell, and with them Krakfost was cast into the penumbral mirror, a dimension of smoky seas, where their fate was left unknown. As Zorik's ancestors returned to their rest, Beos Asuri gifted Zorik with a great relic, converting the beloved hand drum to a powerful item of ancestral might. At the grand door, the allies met Lutu and the other colossi, victorious in their own right against the defenders of the Overlord, and thus ushered a new order within Umult. With hope for peace at the Veil's edge between Nuovarden and Umult, as well as between the denizens of that dimension, the Umbral and the Elementals. Thus, with powers combined, the allies opened a way back to Nuovarden and to this eventual moment of their return, where our story, An Exquisite Thorn, resumes. Out of water, out of food, bedraggled, fatigued, and desperate. Your ally, Felavayi, lost in the crossover and presumably left in Umult when their attempt to help open the bridgeway failed. Or could it have been deliberate? In the 3 phases since you stepped out of the elemental dimension of Umult, you have fought your way across the gazing dunes and up the steps of the Palal Great Peaks. The arid desert demanded more water than you carried, but it was the series of open portals you encountered, held active by unusual stones, and the beings that stepped through that stole the majority of your resources. You fought back the intruding forces, captured the stones, and closed the gates. 5 times you had to do this. Here on the descending side of the peaks, 500 breaths from Plak. You fight for the 6th. Choose your combat order.
Oh. Kava, do you want to go first?
I might as well. How many phases did you, or reposes that we've technically taken since this, or were you completely exhausted?
You have had several phases, 3 phases.
Okay,
If
so I
that's
would
that
have
you'd
dropped my
crossed.
fate worm form at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
However,
I'll go
I
first.
do want to mention you are all fatigued 1 level. So you are a little slowed.
That's fine.
How about our
Yeah, I'll go
IS and
first.
primacy? Where are we at with that? Where we left off?
Yeah, consider those 2 full.
Full. Okay.
It has been several phases, yeah.
Okay. Thank the Nuovarden.
So, Kava, you're first? Or no?
We are exhausted right now. My goodness.
While you figure that out, I will figure out my NPC order.
I realized even though I'm not the seer, I could still use the handy dandy thing that you sent me.
If I were to use the hand drum relic that I have now, it allows me to make an attempt at a song manifestation at a decreased difficulty scale and +1 for damage and healing outcomes. Could I apply that damage? Can I apply that to a target? Or is that more of a self thing? Could I apply that to Kava?
Well, all that means is anytime you do a manifestation with song using that hand drum, and it's a healing or injury.
Or a damage. Got you.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Okay.
and you can do that. I think at your evolution, you can do that 3 times, if I remember the description, in a phase.
Yes. Yep.
Remind me again exactly what exhaustion does to us in this game.
In this case, at level 1, you are slowed, so your movement is halved.
I have the slowed. Okay. Slowed. Love that. 32 down to 16. Awesome.
But I need everyone's order first. Who's first?
After me, who's next?
Oh, so you
I'll go
are
next.
first. All right. And then Vajrahan will be third. Very good. However, what is happening now is this doorway is open, and again, that same smoky sea is through the doorway that you saw when Krakfost was sent away by Felavai. A bright portal hovers uncannily above the pathway ahead. Beyond the barrier, a boat rocks on a smoky sea. The hull thumps against the doorway with a hollow sound of wood on wood. Water sloshes over the barrier and splashes the dry trail before you. 1 by 1, 5 leering figures pile through the doorway, blades and teeth or fist, Landplaque and Kakoots, men and women. Prepare to die, garden scum. These are essentially pirates. And the first one that comes out is going to lunge at, Vajrahan. And this individual carries upon their person one of those swords. That is a 3-4. I will bump that to a 4-4 for high success, and Vajrahan immediately, takes a huge slash right off the bat of maximum damage. However, Vajrahan does have a bit of armor, and now it is Kava's turn.
Seeing that a bunch of people are coming through the gate, I'm going to go ahead and try and manifest. I'm going to attempt to manifest into my Fate Worm form.
All right.
Oh, there's a 4 and a 2.
Okay, so that allows you I think it's the lamb form.
The lamb form?
Yes.
Okay.
Kai, are there more pirates barreling through this, or is it a finite amount? Does it seem like there's more coming behind this first assault?
No, the boat that you see on the other side of the portal is a skiff.
Okay.
Not a ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
How far away from... Oh, actually, I realized...
There's no map. There's no map.
Okay, never mind.
Yep.
How far away from them are...
So they're piling out. They piled out of this opening just ahead of you. They're within range of movement. So you, first of all, you become a very bright, sort of fuchsia-colored fate worm, a little smaller than everyone's used to seeing you in that form.
It's because I'm tired.
Your IS is initial +4, don't forget, and then you have the other, the basics of that form.
Once I use my movement to get up in their face, I'll attempt to... Let's see. I'm going to attempt to use a sonic attack at them to try and push them back into the portal.
Oh, okay. You want to try and force one back. I like it.
Yep. And that's a 4-2 again.
All right. I'm going to do a challenge. The individual that you target is thrust back toward the portal. They rolled a 3. I will bump that to a 4 on the body. However, you may bump yours to a 5 if that was a natural 4, if you wish.
It was a natural 4. I would like to spend the primacy.
Okay. They splash into the portal, and they're in there flailing around now in this mist. You can see the mist swirling and the sound of water splashing as one of them has been forced back in through the portal, temporarily out of the fray. We go to the oh yeah, do you have anything else? You rolled 2 for your form, you rolled 1 for your attack, you moved.
I'm gonna just... Okay, so 2 for the first one, that succeeded, manifest. And the sonic attack movement, I'm done.
Yep, okay. Very well. One of them is temporarily out this round. There are 3 more that attack, and they each target one of you. We'll go in order. Kava. That is another 3-4. I will bump to a 4.
Oh my gosh.
That is 4 injuries against... You can double check your armor on that form. For
those dice in jail.
I know, they're on fire right now.
Too good.
The next one attacks at Zorik. That is a 2-3, so I will bump 3 to a 4. Zorik, that is only 1 injury. You do not suffer any damage because of your armor.
Yes.
Vajrahan has a 4-1. Vajrahan also only suffers 1 injury. The armor blocks that as well. It is Zorik's turn.
I am going to, if I can, target all of them with a stun attack using my drum to empower. That's not the best word because it means things, but to enhance my abilities and decrease the difficulty scale.
Yes. Okay. And you're going to target a 16-foot
Is it 16?
It's 16 at evolution 5. 8,
Okay.
12, 16. Yes.
Okay.
16 or 32, depending on your roll.
We'll see. We shall see. Okay, here we go. No, that's a 3-1. I will bump it to a 4-1.
All right.
So 16-foot area. Well, they get a challenge, don't they?
They do. I'll roll a challenge.
Okay.
I'm just going to roll 4 of them at once for the 4 that are there. That is 1 success. And I'm giving it to the captain. So the other 3 are momentarily stunned as they sway on their feet and their arms go limp. And it is...
Well,
that was your first.
That was my first action. Now, question, can I, in subsequent turns, can I use one of my action dice to maintain the stun?
That is a good question. Because as a status effect, they would get a check anyway. Actually, yeah, if you want to try, but until they succeed on using their action on their turn to get out of it, they would stay in it anyway.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. So I don't necessarily have to unless they roll high, then I could maybe roll. Well, I'll just roll again to do it again.
Yeah, you'd have to roll and do it again.
All right. Okay. With all that said then, I am going to... whichever one is closest to me, I am going to take a swing with this epic sword that I have.
All right. Which already gives you a decreased difficulty, but because they're stunned, you get decreased difficulty anyway.
Okay. So here we go. And it doesn't stack, right? Decreased difficulty doesn't stack?
Right. It only
Okay.
comes out in a balance.
Got it. Okay. Let me just double check this thing. Fancy pre-emergent sword. Reduced difficulty. Okay, here we go. No, that's a 2 on the die. And I don't have body, so I can't bump it, right? Yep.
Right.
Okay. So I
All right.
think that's a miss.
Yeah, your sword, it slices across the armor, but it's not enough to injure the
Fair.
target. It is Vajrahan's turn. Vajrahan is going to analyze weakness on the captain. That's a 2-3. We'll bump it to a 4. Giving you decreased difficulty on the captain. And then Vajrahan is going to hold their second die for an assist or second action. And that takes us back to the top of the order and to the captain. The captain targets Zorik. That is a 1-4, Zorik. You are hit by the captain for 3 injuries, taking 2 when your armor prevents one of them.
Okay.
And now it is Kava's turn.
I'm going to do a sonic attack, but this time with my wings, and I'm trying to push them back still into the portal while doing damage.
Okay.
And I drop 1 die to hold my manifestation, so it's just this attack.
Got it.
Chickeny nuggets. I did a 2 and a 1, so I'm going to spend 2 primacy to reroll 1 dice.
Is there
Presumably the 1?
Is there a decreased difficulty on these attacks because they're stunned?
Yes.
So you could just
Yeah, you could bump the 2 to
you
a
could use
Oh.
one primacy instead of 2.
Touche,
bump it to a
thank
3.
you. I would actually much prefer to do that. Save that primacy then, because it would have been a reprisal if not.
So your initial effort was to push them back.
Yes, that was my goal.
And they're stunned, so they fail. So you blow them all back in through the door, and they splash into the ocean, where they don't quite come to yet because they have to actually take that first point of damage. So, however, one of them is climbing back through that you had thrown through the first time. And the captain was not part of that because he had moved out of that range. It is, however, okay, it's their turn. So 3 of them are in the water and beginning to drown. So they start to flounder about. One of them climbs back through the portal and comes at Zorik.
Yeah.
That's a 4-1. Swinging at you with a knife. It catches your armor, pierces just a little bit. 2 total, 1 blocked. You take 1 injury.
Okay.
And it is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to. How many are still got blown through? 3 of them got blown through the portal.
3 of them got blown through. Yeah.
I would like to use the mystery discipline and close that door using planar doorway.
Ooh.
I'm gonna close them off.
Okay, that is very interesting. I'm going to have you do that at an increased difficulty because there is this weird thing with those stones you've been collecting that makes it a reinforced portal, which is why it's
Okay.
been able to maintain its self, if you will, without anyone present.
Does that also suggest that there's another stone here that's in like reinforcing it?
Mhm,
Okay.
It does.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. I might have missed that earlier. Okay, so increased difficulty. I'm going to. Do I see that stone?
Yes, actually. You recognize the stones because you've been collecting them, and they're not particularly hidden.
And have we been deactivating these doors before?
Yes.
And we did that by taking the stone away? I'm trying to decide if it's better to go get the stone and try to You know what I mean? Like grab the stone and do something with that versus close the portal at a higher difficulty.
Yeah, you've been using mystery to close the door, and then
Okay.
it seems
And then
to
taking the
deactivate the
stone.
stone.
All right. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give it a shot. Here we go. Come on. At 3-1, if I bump it to a 4, is that
No,
gonna do it?
that wouldn't.
No,
That wouldn't
All
be
right, I'm
enough.
not gonna-
However, Vajvahan can try to assist you if you want to bump it, and then Vajvahan gets a 4 because a double 4.
Let's do it. I'll bump it with the opportunity for a potential Vajvahan assist.
Zorik, let me
Help.
attempt to help. That's a 4. Schwap! The
F
portal
yeah.
closes and the stone goes inert, leaving the captain and one other pirate on the other side with you.
All right,
You,
I'm
Zorik,
going
you still
to.
have 1 die left, yeah?
Yep, I'm gonna hold my second action. Actually, no, I'm gonna. I don't know if I need to use my die for this, but I'm gonna race towards the stone, and I'm gonna secure the stone.
Okay, so you move towards the stone and use your free action to grab it up. You don't have to use a die.
All right, on the way, can I take a swing at the captain?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Oh no. I missed again. I'm not so
Okay.
good with the sword.
The captain just parries aside your strike, and but you tumble forward and grab up the stone. Vajvahan is going to maintain the analyze weakness, and will also hold 1 die, and will accuse the captain. You dishonor the people that you represent. For accuse, to create the captain some. That is very much, and that's a 4. And the captain grabs their head and cries out, "No, I am not," and takes 3 mental damage. Sif, you are up.
Out of the sky, screaming, comes 2 very large wings that are crimson and black and sort of shot through with a glowing purple. A larger, taller version of what you remember as Sif comes screaming out of the air at the captain and targets him with talons that gleam green. I am attacking the captain. Roll for obscure.
Yes. Don't have to. You are obscured on your first attack. So yeah, I will see if the captain notices you. They're not looking. I did roll a 4, but I'm not going to bump it because they're not looking. So
All right.
they do not notice you.
Rolling for attack. I double force.
Right out of the gate. Right out of the
Right
gate.
out of the gate.
All right. That is 2d4 plus 2.
Right.
Plus,
So,
yes.
so that is 7 damage.
Okay.
Does he need to make a body roll?
A body. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Because of your talons.
Yeah.
You do feel that your talons do grind across the armor, which offers just the minimalist of resistance as a body challenge, right?
Yeah.
That is a 3, and Captain will bump it to a 4 to succeed.
On a tie, who wins?
The captain. A challenge roll 4 beats anything but a 5.
Okay. Well, I got a 4. Oh, I got a 3. So I'm not going to bump it to a 4.
Okay.
So. All right. And then I'm gonna just hover there where I just hit him.
Now you do have a second action and a third die, correct?
Correct. I'm gonna go for it.
Okay.
That is a 2. So no.
No, that's a miss. So the captain this time is expecting you back, foul bird, beast, and we go back to the top, and the captain, since now you're in front of him, is going to swing back at you, Sif.
Yeah.
In desperation. It's double twos. Captain is going to recover 1 injury scale.
For now.
Yeah. And it is Kava's turn.
Are there any little chicken nuggets trying to crawl through that portal, or is it finally closed?
Portal's
we're
closed. Yeah,
my
there's
God.
1 chicken
Okay.
nugget and 1 chicken.
Ooh. Well, we're not gonna hit the chicken. We like the chicken. The chicken is nice. We will.
No,
hit
I mean,
the
there's
chicken
the captain chicken and there's his chicken.
Oh, he's
his
got a
little-
little chicken nugget.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
I'm gonna ignore that you called Sif a chicken. Just gonna ignore that.
Yeah, he's more of a rooster.
This time, I would love to take a book out of my sweet little fella Bai's book, and this time you'll see the Fate Worm's shadow begin to like warp and burble a bit as you notice like Kava's Fate Worm form trying to like concentrate on how to manipulate the shadows using mystery, and then she wants to do a shadow attack on the captain, so it just like lurches out like venom. You going soon.
Okay, so very technically, and I hate to be too technical,
Can I know?
shadow is a silence. You have silence, though, don't you? Don't you have silence anyway? You have.
I have
Yes,
song.
song.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, but it can be a gravity. It can be gravity nonetheless.
Okay, fine. I'll just
Otherwise, you had a
gravity
weird
while moving
thing,
again.
yeah.
That's cool. I'm gonna try and. Is it immobilize?
Oh, you're trying. Is that what you're trying to do? Is mobilize him?
Gravity well on him, immobilize.
Got it. Got it.
Okay.
Oh no, that's double ones.
That's
All
good.
right.
That's
It's a
much.
reprisal, but
No,
eh,
No,
No
no
repri-
reprisal on
no
on a double one.
reprisal.
Vajvahan's going to try and help. Felavai, try it this way. That's a 3. Not quite, but your double ones.
standard miss, no reprisal. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. That's so. It goes to the second round, and the captain's assistant pirate is going to get in a swing. On Zorik still. He's been facing off against you anyway.
Yep.
That's a 3-1, bumped to a 4.
Zorik,
2
fun.
injuries -1. So 1 injury again. Zorik as a little bit gets through, and it is your turn.
All right. I am going to let's see here. Okay. I am going to use a mental attack on the captain.
All right.
That is a 4-2.
Ooh, and what kind of mental attack are you doing?
Basically, it is it's like a shattering headache, basically. So I think debilitating is what I would be going for.
So you're going for a status effect, not injury?
Oh no, I
Or-
want injury. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
go for
I
injury.
want
So go and roll your,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so go and roll damage. You got it.
Okay. 2 points of damage.
As you are known to do,
Mm.
you wreck this individual's brain.
Yeah, I've done that
And
a couple
he-
times.
Falls to the ground, screaming as his soul leaves his body from the intense pain in his head.
A little cerebral fluid flowing out of the ears and nostrils.
Yeah. The other one that was hammering on you, Captain, no!
You should run.
It won't.
Where will I go? Eden.
That way.
It is Vajrahan's turn. Vajrahan is going to recoup their dice, not worry about holding that no longer effective analyze weakness, and is going to. Do we remember what Vajrahan's disciplines are? Because I don't have Paul's character sheet. I think he had
Lore.
element. He had element.
Lore,
And-
element, and mind, I think.
Yeah. Vajvahan is going to rain ice on this pirate.
Ice
With a
Pirates, great
2-2.
movie.
2-2. So what I'm going to have Vajvahan do is empower this next attack and try again. And the empowerment is going to reduce the difficulty of this ice shard shower. That's a 3, which is enough to hit for 1 injury. Vajrahan kind of brings together a hailstorm. Yeah. It just rattles down here, go on top of this this target. However, the armor is enough that the pirate has to repel it. But that also wrecks the armor. So it is Sif's turn.
Yeah, Sif sort of, the beak turns and he looks at this
Sif?
pirate in a moment and he attacks the pirate. Just
All right. I am going to give him a called roll to track you because he knows you're there.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to hide.
That is a 4-2. And it's in, yeah, he knows you're there. So you'll get standard attack.
Standard attack. I got a double 3. I will pump 1 to a 4.
Got it.
And standard damage, right?
Yeah.
4.
All right. Oops, that's... Oh, no, he has no more armor. So, yeah, so you lay open the flesh, and it's back to the top of the order, Kava, because there is no captain.
There is no captain now. I'm gonna go after the little chicken nugget.
All right.
This time I'm gonna try and pounce on him. So he watches Kava's fate form, kind of like leans down like a cat or a dog, ready to play. However, they're not ready to play. They're ready to pounce.
And are you? Is this a status attack, or are you doing damage?
I'm going to do a physical attack.
Of damage? Okay.
Chicken freaking nuggets. That is double ones again. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, put those dice away.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Wow.
roll those ones anymore. We're done with those.
So as you try to leap on him, he kicks out of the way. You have another die in action left if you wish to do something.
Unfortunately, I'm holding that last die
Right,
to
you're right.
keep my form. Won't use my movement. That'll end my turn.
Okay. He backhands with the sword to you, Kava. That's a 4-1, hitting you for just 1.
Okay.
And that just reduces your armor from 3 to 2.
Armor actually already got lost in the first hit, so
okay.
I'll just take the damage.
Got it. All right. And then it is Zorik's turn.
Ty, is it possible? I wish I would have thought of this a moment ago, but is it possible that with the pendant that I wear, the pendant of quickness, that I could have used my extra 1 die action to intercept that attack before it hit Kava?
As a held action? Yeah. Yeah. Because you
Is that
just have
Kava?
that.
Is that okay if I do that?
Ooh, if you'd like to, I don't mind.
I feel like
I won't say no.
thematically, I would like to do that if that's okay with everybody.
Yeah, thematically you can do it. You will have to roll for it.
Okay.
So you're trying to throw yourself in front, trying to parry it? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yes, I'm trying to parry
Okay.
with the sword.
Now this is a body move, so you'd have to have discipline to use your primacy. But if you get a 4, then it's a different story.
Do we have any key points? Asking for a friend.
Trying to remember, I thought I had awarded you one.
Oh,
Yes,
you did
yes,
give us
I
one
did.
at the last
I awarded you one because you
did.
finished
Okay.
the arc.
Not that I'm going to need it or anything. Rolling body, folks. Here we go. That's a 3, but I have I have the key point, so I'm going to bump it to a 4.
All right.
Guess I
So
did need it.
so what I'm going to do, you step forward and parry, giving Kava an armor factor of 2 essentially on that attack. And what did we say that hit did? 2. So it completely blocks the damage. So you take no damage, Kava.
Ooh, thank you, Dave. I mean,
You're
Zorik.
welcome. You're very welcome. And then with my turn, I'm going to try to hit something with this sword. I'm feeling good
all right.
about this. Let's go. Come on. No. That's not what I want. Is this a decreased difficulty for any reason?
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll try again.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 3-1.
All right. Before you, what do you want to do with that roll? Because that's a high failure.
Yeah, I would like to burn some primacy to re-roll the 1.
You roll the 1. All right.
Yeah. Yep. And that cost me 2 primacy. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. God, I feel like I'm getting the hang of this game. All right, here we go. My dice don't think so, though. Here we go. Oh, God. That's another 1.
Oh, that is going to result in primacy. However, you do not suffer any injury. And
Oh, reprisal. Okay. And then I guess with my last, because I still have one more action,
right.
I'm going to just swing one more time. I have 1
Okay.
die. Yeah.
Mhm.
I just want to hit something so bad. No, that's another 1. Okay, you're bye. Bye-bye. Bye.
Did you roll a 3 on that first attack?
I did, a 3-1.
Yeah, that should have hit because your sword gives you a decreased difficulty.
That's kind of what I thought, but I wasn't sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So
3-1. I hit
how much damage did you do?
4.
Oh, wow. All right. That is substantial. Let's see if it's enough. 4, their armor is gone. It's not quite enough, however. But it is significant.
It's the best I could do.
You did fine. And that takes us to Vajvahan, who throws a stone dagger with element, manifesting a shard of stone as a weapon. It's a 3-1, bump it to a 4, hitting for 1, which is just enough. As it catches the pirate in the neck, and he sinks to the ground and expires. You have completed your combat.
Sif? Is that you?
Zorik, yes.
I just run up as slowly as I am because I'm exhausted. And then I just big hug. Oh, I thought you were gone from us.
You notice as you grab a hold of him, he's a little wider and about a shin taller.
Oh, you grew.
Yes, I did.
Are you an adult now?
I was an adult before.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm just kidding. I'll ruffle his feathers a little bit. It's good to see you, friend. I was so worried that you'd been lost.
Well, I knew you weren't. And he holds up his arm and your tattoo is right there, still active. I knew you were still alive.
Are you flexing right now?
Little bit, yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah. Kava, you are the same. Stronger still, but the same.
Sid, you look so good. Where did all these colors from? Holds up your wing in the light. It's just like, whoa.
I am mysterious now. Yeah.
Well, you were always a little mysterious to begin with.
Where
I have bad
where
news.
is Felavae?
Yes. That is the news. They did not make it with us through the portal from the other dimension, Umalt.
They're still there.
We don't know. We waited and waited before leaving that place where we re-entered the garden, and they did not follow.
I have been tracking your fights, but I have been too slow. Who is that?
I'm Vajvahan. I was a colleague of Kava's in the Harvesters.
Oh,
I was in Umult when they arrived. And you are the Sif I have heard about so much.
we are now. And he looks at Kava, kind of embarrassed. He's like, we're all harvesters now.
Oh.
Interesting.
Well, it will be good to get back into some semblance of normalcy.
We should head for Plak soon. You all look bad.
Yes.
Sif. I'm going to reach up
Yes.
and kind of grab Sif. We are on a hunt for Isha, the traitorous bastard.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. I have not seen them. I have
must
been
find
looking for you. Are you sure you've been looking for someone? It seems every place I've been, you've been in battle.
Something has been thwarting us at every turn.
The portals, yes. I've
Indeed.
closed a few. Where did they go? Were you on their trail, or what happened?
They left Umult before our battle with the Overlord. There's much to tell you of what transpired in the other dimension, Sif. You would have really enjoyed it. There was much hunting of us normally, but also we did some hunting of our own.
I have hunted several times here. I am sorry I did not make it into the portal.
There's no need to apologize. I'm overjoyed, you can probably tell, at the fact that we've been reunited.
Yes, I'm confused though. You've where is the Colossus?
Lutu.
Yeah, yes, right. It's been a long few days.
How long has it been, by the way, since we last saw you, Sif?
It's been almost 10 cycles. Pretty close to.
Seems like much longer than that. Lutu, I imagine, is trying to put the pieces back together with the Colossi.
So you did defeat the Overlord.
The Overlord is dead.
Well, unfortunately, the invasion of this garden is not. Now that is news that mother and father of Plak should hear.
Indeed. Kava, do you recall if Isha mentioned where they were headed upon their return to the garden?
No, I only caught a brief glimpse of the other side of the portal before they went through it.
Did you see what it was?
Flakes through the wind. What is the term for that really cold stuff?
Snow.
Yes, that.
Yes. It is ice, but it is it has a different sound.
It's the element of water when it's extremely cold.
Ice.
Like this. And Vajman poofs a little frost ball.
Kava grabs that, pulls this little vial out, pours it all over, hands it back to Vajvahan. It's like this reddish jelly-like liquid.
By the time you do that, it all melts, and it's just a red. Is it sticky?
It's like berry preserves.
Is it edible?
Yes, very much.
Oh, it's delicious.
You've got a little bit.
It's all over. Actually, it's.
Oh, I would wash my hand, but I'm out of water.
I have some,
Oh,
and I will bring out my extra canteen.
to all three of you, it's salvation in a skin.
Mhm.
It's been an arid and thirsting journey, and you are out of water.
Well, I have 2, so here.
Vajrahan tries not to be too greedy with drinking about half of the one you hand over before handing it to whichever of the others wishes.
And whichever one doesn't get it, they get the other one. So
Yeah.
I'm like, drink. I've had my fill today.
Thank you, Sif. We are quite fatigued at our journey and the relentless chase that's been bestowed upon us by these pirates and such. We do need to rest, but we also need to continue our hunt. Ty, I have a question for you. Sorry, Tim.
Go ahead.
Do we remember, I mean, we probably do, Dave doesn't, what Isha when we first met Isha, they said they were working for somebody in a place, and Dave doesn't recall where that is, but I think maybe my character would probably remember that.
I'm going to have you make a lore roll.
Okay. Double 2s.
The best you can recall it was some order or faction.
I believe Isha was working for someone, but with their newfound power, perhaps meant to return and usurp that leader. For nefarious reasons, no doubt, but where would we go, Sif, to find factions? Is it the village, the town, the city, this place?
The only faction I have knowledge of is the Harvesters in Plak Plak. There are others, but I have not met them. And I have only been with the Harvesters for a few cycles. They came to me after I arrived in Plak Plak. I looked a lot like you three. I fought so many echo beasts. I don't even remember how many. But Mother and Father will know what to do with your information. I will introduce you tomorrow. But we should really get you rested and fed. I'm assuming you don't have any trade.
Well, I have this, and I will pull out a small bundle. I have some stone chunks from Umult. I have 2 of them. I don't know if they have value here, but perhaps they could at least garnish us some food.
Oh, well, Bluster Voice will know. Easily, I think. He often talks. Never mind. That was. I can lead you to Plak Plak. There are no more portals. I have removed most of them. If there are any more, they are scattered. But the way is clear.
We do have these stones that were anchor points for the portals.
Yes, I have some too. Yeah, they are.
Perhaps they are of value.
Maybe. Probably we'll want to turn them over to Plak Plak, or the Harvesters. One of them will probably want them.
Would they be used again to cause this thinning of the veil between worlds?
I don't know. I have begun moving into the shadow as Felavai, I think, foresaw, but I have not the knowledge. It would be more helpful with them here.
Vajvahan, perhaps perhaps you may understand the use of these stones for future gateways and such.
I have not seen them, but other than us having been to Umult, I may be able to identify something of their nature. And Vajrahan closes the first set of eyes and opens the second. It's a high success at an increased difficulty.
Wow.
Oh, there is an empowered aspect to them that comes from Umult. How they work exactly would take some study, I think, but undoubtedly it would not be good to have them on the market. We should turn them over to an authority, I think, and let them decide whether they should be destroyed or preserved, and for what purpose.
Yeah. Yes. The mother and father, they will likely need them or hand them over to the harvesters. It's really not, we don't need to worry about it.
But I do tend to worry.
Well, Zorik, this is much larger than we were back when I was, before I am now. There are changes in this garden in the last few cycles that are very large and very deep. It is not the adventure we began. It has become much more. It is too large for us. It's too large for me. When I was on my own, I saw the depth, and you all are, and I mean this with respect, you all are capable right now of almost dying, and that is probably the best outcome you can wish for. So we should go rest, recuperate, and then go see Mother and Father and hear their words. There is no more hunting we can do when we are near death.
You are wise, Sif, and I will defer to that wisdom in this time, but I do have my concerns with turning these items over to anyone, be they authority or not. Could they be used with ill intent?
Zork, perhaps we should rest before we, as Sif says, fall further into our illness and fatigue. We are not thinking straight necessarily. We should have some rest at least and recover.
And
Perhaps.
You
I
will
can no longer hardly take a step myself. If nothing else, for me. For my part, I'm too old to be doing this any longer, this phase.
You will enjoy the chalice. It is a nice place. Plus the voice keeps good house. It's a little sandy, but other than that, it's fine.
Very well.
It is good rest, Zorik. You look... I'm sorry, my friend. You look scarred.
I am scarred, both internal and external, Sif.
Well, I
But
meant
my
internal,
greatest
but yeah.
concern now is for the garden, not my own health.
The first lesson of any Kekut or Keku is that the garden is much grander than any one of us. It is too big to try to carry on your own. It will crush you.
Precisely. And the carrying of these stones weighs heavily on my conscience. I am just not convinced that they should be handed over to someone else when they could potentially be used against the garden. I would suggest, simply for discussion, that they be hidden until we understand.
I understand your caution. Hear me on this. Lying to mother and father is not in our interest.
There is no reason to lie.
I have stones too, Zorik. I feel my loyalty must mean that I present them. And I know that you have stones, so I cannot lie.
I would not ask
Zork.
you to compromise your morals, friend.
Zork, we must be careful not to assume we have more knowledge or control of such things ourselves, being mere explorers and not, perhaps, without some of the insight of the responsibilities beyond our own well-being. But as I said, perhaps a rest would be in order.
Old friend, I have made no such assumption, but I will not belabor the point any further.
Well, then follow me. The torrential chalice calls. There will be beds for you, and I will find food and perhaps enough for all of us. So just follow me and drink the water slowly. It will not do you to upset your stomach and lose what you've gained. Exactly, Kava.
Wrong pipe.
Perfect timing.
So you continue on toward Plak Plak. You find yourself stumbling in through the open gates of Plak Plak. An open courtyard features a large bronze fountain depicting a powerful Lamplak male. Naked, muscles rippling as he wrestles a savage, coiled keyscale. The beast's head is pulled skyward by the man, who clasps it by the lower jaws. Water gouts from the open mouth and washes over the statues. The bronze is green with patina where the water flows over the metal. Numerous people bustle about, all forms: Asgal, Ixia, Lanplak, Lenai, Selku, Wotan, and the suspect Starnum inhabiting various small creatures. A lumbering blonde and gray Volox, dressed in modest clothing, also passes by. The unexpected creature walks with a quarterstaff, as though it were a cane. I think you see for the first time the interior of Plak Plak, and this is no mere village. This is a veritable hub of commerce and activity, and has also a long tradition with the Lamplak people.
Speaking of, I just, for funsies, I kind of just want to do a lore check on that statue to see if I even know the individual that is portrayed.
Yeah, and you are Lamplak, yeah?
That's a 4-1.
Very nice. That statue is of, let me get mine. I thought I had made a note, but it must be one of those details I forgot to add. Bear with me.
While this happens, Kava will whisper to Zorik, "Are we sure that is Sif? I am not entirely sure. He seems too different."
It talks like a Sif and walks like a Sif. It's certainly a Sif.
Oh.
That's a
Kava, you know that the figure depicted on that statue is Gatheri Tornplak, who was the father of the Tornplak family in the first decades after the emergence and helped settle the Tornplaks and established Plak early after the emergence, within like the first 10 or 12 seasons.
Noticing Sif kind of like look over his shoulder as Kava is whispering to Zork, she'll raise her voice and that is Gathori! And like start talking like just random Tornplak. And I will go through his entire family history and just as if I'm giving them a tour.
You just get one side of his head, so it's just one eye that's looking at you, and it just sort of blinks and then goes back to looking forward.
Did he wink? Zork, I don't know if that was a wink or not.
I wouldn't assume anything with this one.
Well, I walk us easily through the city, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Well, we'll come up with a name. It'll be fine. It's
called
Plak
Good
Plak.
Place.
It's the hub. That's what we call it. Through the hub, and I will lead us to the torrential chalice.
Sif leads you down one of the off-hub streets toward the Stone Mace district. You drag yourselves on, battered and exhausted, before following your ally into the Torrential Chalice Inn, your home for at least one repose. As Sif leads you up the stairs, a gray Lenai throws a towel over one shoulder from where they stand behind a bar. I count 8 value for your lot, Sif.
I'll have it. Blessed a voice. Don't worry.
And so Sif leads you to lodging where you may finally relax and recover.
If you have any trade, it would be a help. I can cover us tonight, but in Plak Plak, there is an order of things. It is not like my home. It is trade and barter and movement. It is not eating what we've hunt. It is hunting so we can eat. It's a little different. So it's all right if you don't have any trade. I'm just asking again.
I have nothing but these 2 chunks of Umultian stone.
I can show them to Blessed a Voice and see what he thinks.
Please do. Perhaps there is some value.
Is there nothing in your inventory, either one of you? Because
I mean, aside from like important stuff and the really cool artifacts, which I'm not going to give up.
Thanks, Jeff.
right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, because you did have the stuff initially that you had recovered off of like the fallen Kakuts early on and some stuff like that, but
Then I didn't note it, unfortunately.
you weren't there actually with the Kakuts.
Oh.
That was before you showed up. So
We certainly didn't even look at the captain that we just put down. We didn't even scavenge anything from them. We just walked away.
Yeah.
How silly.
So you take the stones at least, Sif, and
Yeah, I'll show him to Bless Your Voice.
all right. While everyone else is beginning to doff their travel-worn clothing and refresh and sit down in a place that's not foreign or dangerous, Sif, just make a quick lore roll for me on the stones.
This place seems foreign and dangerous to me, just for the record.
I got a 4.
Oh, nice.
For what?
I just rolled 1 die.
You should roll 2, please. You roll a second.
I will roll the second one. I got a 2. So a 4 and a 2.
All right, you're down there having a conversation with Bluster Voice. Bluster Voice is standing up on his stool with an elbow on the bar. You're telling me these came from somewhere else besides the garden?
It's called Umalt, okay? I was there for like, I don't know, a few seconds before I jumped back.
Where did you get them from if you were there for a few seconds?
So the company I brought in, yeah, that's
Oh,
them. They were there.
They were there. How long were they there for? Let me look at this.
For longer than I've been here. So
Okay, well, they're not from here. I can tell that already.
no, we were. Well,
No, I don't mean your friends. I mean, these stones are not from here. Yeah, no.
right, yeah, no,
Yeah, nope. They have an accent.
See, and I, you know what, I remember, like Dixie. You remember I told you about Dixie?
Oh yeah, yeah. I want to meet Dixie too.
I don't know where he went, but he had the same kind of like thing with Umalt stuff. He said it sounded different.
Yeah. I don't know what I'd do with these though, Sif.
Are they trade? Could you?
Well, that's what I'm thinking about. You know, you're covered through tonight.
Right, but I don't know. Like,
I'll feed everybody. How about that?
okay. I mean, yeah. All right, that'll
All
work. They need food. They're probably going to be asleep before you feed us, but
I'll send up something that's that can wait till after the repose if necessary.
okay. You might, show them to Daggett. Just
Yeah.
because.
No, I probably would. I mean, they'd get it down to me anyway.
Yeah, but I don't know if they know it's coming from me, from Umalt. That might.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, Daggett could probably do something with them.
Right.
If it's possible at all, Daggett could do something with
it.
Yeah.
And also like a little bit of gratitude,
Sure.
just from me,
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll send him something nice.
Okay.
Anything you want?
Oh,
I bet you'd like some Gleck flesh.
yeah. Do you get the seeds?
Oh yeah, I probably do.
Do you have any gore jerky?
I heard that.
Yeah.
No,
probably.
I can. Oh yeah, gourd jerky. That's easy.
Just a pack of the seeds would be nice.
Okay.
And I don't know if there's a way to keep the smell down, but do you know?
For the seeds,
Yeah.
I can put them in water.
I don't like them soggy.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Drink a lot of water before you eat them,
Well,
or with them.
right. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll try something.
All right. I'll get it all together and I'll just bring it up myself.
Okay. And I'll return to the group. Yeah, the gore jerky's easy stuff. That doesn't cost much. So
Yeah, it's probably after, I don't know, 250 breaths. There's a little knock. I got victuals.
I will open it up and take the victuals.
Yeah, there's a big wooden tray, and there's your seeds are on there. There's some strips of your gore jerky, and then there's a wooden pitcher. There are 2 wooden pitchers on the floor as well. And Bluster Voice says, "All right, I didn't know if you wanted just regular drink or if you wanted intoxicating drink, so I brought both."
There you go.
All right.
See? Told you, Bluster Voice knows how to keep house.
Say less. And Kava immediately grabs the liquor.
Okay. All right. Well, you all rest. I hope you're comfortable. The Chalice isn't the most luxurious place, but
It's fine, Bluster Voice. Don't knock it
you
down.
don't want to overpay anyway, right? When you're staying in Black. So, all right. If you need anything, wait till the repose is over.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding. I'll be around.
Yeah. He stays up like pretty much all the time.
I get my rest. All right. Rest well.
Thank you for the hospitality.
Sif's a good guy.
I try to be.
All right. Is there anything else you want to discuss before you rest?
Yes.
Does anybody want to try a seed?
Sure.
Would you share a little bit of those details, Sif?
Yeah, it's a Pensacalo seed. 3, 2, 1. That's probably the most sour thing you ever put in your mouth.
Oh,
Do I have to eat it?
Well, yeah, kind of.
why?
But I
Why do
don't
we
want
have
to, though. I don't want to.
Just swallow it and then drink some water.
Oh.
Why do we have to? Is it some type of ritual or something?
It's how do I
Burned.
say it? How do I say this? If he's
Say
okay.
it.
So it has this sort of smell, and it smells really good to me, just to me personally, and my avian brothers and sisters. If he spat it out, I'd try to eat it. So I just didn't want to. I didn't want that to happen.
It's really good.
It's
Thanks,
probably
Sif.
not. I just was wondering if you wanted to try it. I ate him like,
Probably shouldn't have tried it, to be honest.
yeah. Well, no, it's good.
I'm drinking. I think I'm going to abstain. Mixing it with the alcohol, probably not good.
Yeah. How about you? I'm forgetting your name.
Vajvahan, I am curious. I'll try the seed. Thank you. Vajvahan pops it in. And if Vajvahan already has a sour expression just by nature of how they're built, but they look like they may have just dehydrated.
Yeah, I guess it's not. Yeah, it's just us. Okay, well, you all have at it.
Vajvahan spits it out into their long, spindly hand. Don't be embarrassed, Sif. Here.
Oh man. Oh. Mm. I didn't want to.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's all right. You get some
I
rest.
didn't want it.
I understand. Yeah. All right.
I did distinctly hear you say you would eat it if we spat it out, though.
I did. Well, there you go.
Heard that as well. And I am not surprised.
It's just got this it's a scent. It's just nice. It's really good.
Above table, he keeps saying that, and I'm picturing durian. Like, that's all I hear.
Yeah. You all can rest. That's my bed up there on the rafters. So yeah. Good night, I guess.
If
Nice,
there's
Sif.
nothing else,
There is.
go ahead.
There's something else.
All right. Well, that was my lead-in, Zorik. So go ahead.
Zorik is going to sit quietly. He's going to take out one of these anchor stones from the portals. And he's going to place both of his hands on it and try to see if it's giving off any sort of vibrations, or if he gets any sort of reading from it, either through his knowledge of song or mind. He is focusing strongly with thoughts of Felavai, intensely focused, a tear running down the side of his cheek as he is fighting back the emotions of joy at being reunited with his friend Sif, who he thought had perished, and this intense sorrow and almost guilt for having left Felavai behind. And so he tries with everything he has to understand the power of this rock. Whether it has power or not is sort of irrelevant to the intention, because he is very concerned that he needs to somehow open a gateway to let Felavai, or to assist Felavai's return if they are still among the living.
The challenge that Zorik faces is that you are holding a rock, which is, and it's from Umult, so it undoubtedly has elemental properties just by nature of where it came from. The connections with Felavai would be through the void, which is also locked off from your experience and knowledge. And try as you might, it's just a rock as far as you can tell. I'm tempted to say, welcome Vajrahan, that Vajrahan is watching you struggle with this stone, however, and has some awareness of both the element and of lore, even though Umult is not Nuovarden. Vajrahan, you can see Zorik struggling to understand these stones that you have been collecting from the base of gates that have been left open across Nuovarden in your process of returning home.
Excuse me, but perhaps I can understand the principles of these stones. May I take a look?
Of course you can.
What perfect timing.
I'm guessing this is a lore roll, or a lore elemental combo.
You have your option of how you want to approach it as either a no object, which you've tried to do earlier with some success, but it is from another dimension, or the elemental properties, and it's kind of up to what Zorik is looking for, I would think. Which is a bridge kind of to Umult, to the well-being of Felavai, to remembering the reunion with Sif, and trying to, Zorik, tell me if I'm off anywhere, trying to find some closure in recent events.
Less so closure, and more so a means of either communicating with Felavai or finding them, because he is feeling intense guilt at the fact that he is alive and Felavai is not here. He feels a sense of responsibility for what happened. Is there a way, Vajrahan, that we could use this stone to find them, to communicate with them?
Perhaps, though I'm not exactly sure. Perhaps it would be best approaching this from a more base, primordial sort of sense. I will use elements, as that is the nature of Umult, and the foundation too of Nephis and Nuovarden. It should give us clues if communication is possible. Help us find our way, perhaps.
So I'll go ahead and make an elemental check. That's double ones. I'm just going to spend 4 primacy, and I'm going to attempt to reroll the whole thing.
Yeah. Might as well.
Coming in hot. Okay, 1 second here. That's even worse. That's a 2-1. Excellent.
Time to get rid of those dice.
Well,
Zorik, I will let Zorik assist.
bump the 2 and you get your doubles and get some primacy back, I guess.
Unfortunately, I already used primacy to re-roll both, so I can't
that's
use
right.
primacy again. Yeah,
right.
yeah, no.
I can make an assist roll. Is that what you're saying, Ty?
Yeah, just throw a d4 at it.
That's a 4.
Oh,
Ah,
okay. All right. So the time, Zorg, that you've been contemplating these things, which are ever since you started collecting them, have started bothering you in various ways. There's something seems to be upsetting you about them. And Vajrahan, earlier you did a kind of an analysis on them quite successfully. So you kind of, the two of you begin to talk it out. And it seems that these stones were crafted. Vajrahan, you had quite an interest in the Citadel as you were approaching and within. In the Citadel. So putting 1 + 1 together, you suspect that they were brought back into Nuovarden, and the primary suspect of who that may have been would be...
yeah, what was his name? That person we
Isha.
dropped into the other dimension. Oh, maybe
Isha.
Isha. Oh, yeah.
I suspect that perhaps these were brought into Nuovarden by Isha. I think maybe through her interdimensional shenaniganery, she has made her way back into Nuovarden.
Then that
Indeed.
would also leave hope for Felavai to make it back too.
I think that is likely, considering she too possesses mystery. Well, quite honestly, it seems most of our companions possess now this mysterious manifestation. Interdimensional travel seems perhaps quite an accessible thing for us.
Then we must learn how to harness this power and search for our companion. It will not rest in my mind.
Is there a way, could I also make a no object to see if this could be a catalyst? The stone is somehow a energetic catalyst to give a clue to
Yes.
Felavai's location?
Yes, go ahead and do that. I think I would have you make this at increased difficulty, but because you also have element, we'll just go straight roll.
Okay. I think I'm going to use my spectacles on a lore check.
Very
So
nice.
can I decrease the difficulty then
Yes, you can.
with those then? Okay, excellent. I don't have much faith in my dice, as you can tell. That's a 2-4, so it worked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, these stones appear to be specifically designed to hold planar doorways open, to hold them active so that the manifester doesn't have to be there maintaining them. And they were likely crafted again in the Citadel, and your most likely culprit for crafting them is Crackfost.
Crackfoss.
Unfortunately, Zorik, these are glorified interdimensional door wedges. Essentially, you stick them under the crack of the interdimensional doorway to keep it open. Unfortunately, I don't think that they are a good mechanism from which to find Felavai. They are also inscrutably the handiwork of Crackfost, who we plunged into, was it a mirror lake? Felavai, in fact, plunged into a mirror dimension of some sort or something of the like. So understanding the principles at a deeper level may not be possible without him.
Thank you for providing that insight, Vaj. You should get some rest.
With that note, you see that Kava is already bundled up into a blanket on the floor and is snoring away.
Was that it, Zorik?
No, there's more.
Keep going then. You're good.
I'm going to, as the rest of my companions either fall asleep or feign sleep or whatever they're doing. I don't know what Tim's up to, but I'm going to cover the stone up in my belongings and do my best to fall asleep next to it.
Sif, did you have a follow-up?
Yeah, so up in the rafters where Sif is perched, he's just gonna like close in on himself, and he's known all this time Zorik's alive because his tattoo has remained active. But Felavai he's worried about Felavai, so he is going to use mystery with the object in mind, not to locate her or even see if she's alive, but try to go to where I think she is in Omalt and raise like a shadow beacon of like, if you're here, like respond, like a signal for her to, if she's alive, she can let me know, basically.
All right. I get the gist. This will be at increased difficulty because it's between dimensions.
Yeah, and I do have mystery, so. Okay. I rolled a 4 and a 3, so I will. Well, I'll go high success. Does that work, or do I need the 5?
No. Yeah. Double fours is high success.
Okay. Yeah. I'll take the double 4s.
So. You believe you managed to press into Umult, and you remember where the bridgeway was between Nuovarden and Umult, and that is where they planted the Mind of Eos.
Right. And it's a big tree. I know that it was a big tree, but I don't know.
You didn't really see it, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that's where you go. What you don't know is that is also where everyone met Ambrel and Vajvahan, and
right.
But there you plant something of a beacon of we're here, in hopes that Felavai can find it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't trust myself to go too deep into mystery.
Right. You and your relationship with mystery have always been a little bit tenuous, little shadowy.
Little shadowy.
And with that done, and some satisfaction at having been successful, yes, Kava.
Once everybody goes to sleep, does the room go quiet?
Yes.
I kind of whistle through my beak a little bit, but yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
So almost quiet. So the room grows somewhat quiet. Kava wakes in this uncomfortableness and begins to hum a very dulcet tune to cast alert.
On
what's the radius of that? Can I cast it in a radius?
Yeah, it depends on what is your goal.
On the room, and if there's any, or on the door, or if there's any windows, like any entryways. I just want to be notified if they were breached during the night while we are sleeping.
Okay, so you're going to use a song to try to set up a
sound barrier. If somebody bursts that sound barrier, then I'm going to wake up. In fact, when the sound barrier bursts, I would like it to pop like a very loud bubble so that everybody wakes up.
So, interestingly enough, that falls under silence, but you can do something similar. No, that's okay. No, you can do something similar.
I knew I should take it silence.
It would be the opposite. It would be the opposite effect. The hum would cease, and it would be the silence that would disturb
you up.
Okay, then I'm making I'm like a white noise machine right now for everybody. Essentially, love that.
There you go.
All right, you will have to maintain it. The area, so you'll have to roll for it because we want to know the area that you're affecting.
As far as the outside of the door of the room and the window, if there is one. So
Well,
just
So the area effect is a cube. So your
cube.
yes. So your area is 16 feet or up to 32 if it's a high success.
Oh well, okay. Then let's see what I roll then.
Right.
Pink. Oh, that's a 4 and a 2.
Okay. So 16 feet. You're all crammed into one area. It doesn't quite get the whole area, but you can either go outside window or door. There's only one window, one door.
I'll go door.
Okay. All right. And then back to sleep.
Yes, just in that moment.
You just wake up tipsy and you're like, hey, I have an idea. Because I think you drank that whole pitcher of.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Interesting.
Kava drained
Just
the
holding
alcohol.
it like.
And with that, as you take your repose, we better take our break.
Indeed. Paul, welcome. Glad you're here.
I
Hey,
made it.
thank you.
Heck yeah, you made
Glad
it.
I made
buddy.
it.
And you're looking very dapper indeed.
Thank
Hey,
you.
everybody,
I can
thanks
wear
for
a
hanging
suit.
out. Yes, you can. I've seen it before. You look good in ties. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us. The gift subs and all the follows and the resubs. Thank you all for supporting this channel and the stuff that we do here. It means a lot to us, and we appreciate you for that. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. We'll dive back into Nuovarden. See you shortly.
The next phase, you rise, greatly restored and grateful to be alive. Your presence has been requested by the governors, and soon you will meet them.
I will hop down from my rafter and gently awaken everyone. Well, you look better, all of you. Although I can't tell with you, Vajrahan, you seem dry all the time.
It's quite normal. Actually, I'm feeling rather full of vitality. Thank you for noticing.
Right. I'm sorry. I've never met one of your kind before. What are you?
I am a Selku. I have met your kind before from time to time, as they have sought me out, though not quite like you. They take on other forms, bestial in nature. But us Selku, we have a profound and deep connection to Nephis, to the memory of Nuovarden, even before the pre-emergence memory.
Oh. Well, it's nice to meet you when you're not near death. I'm Sif. Most of the Kekuts, they're a little different. But yeah, it's good to have you around.
You as well, Sif. I've heard some stories from the others about you, and to be honest, you're not so unfamiliar to me. Kava has taken on. So, good morning, Kava.
Can I just sleep a little longer, please?
All right. Just a little longer.
Thanks.
Regardless, I hear you are quite the fierce warrior. Very brave, as I heard it.
I didn't think so for a while. It was well, it was rather impossible to ignore eventually. Mostly, I have been troubled with what I feel was my abandonment of my friends. And it's been a difficult number of cycles to come to grips with. But having found at least two of them, I feel better that they are alive, and I thank you for helping in that.
Hardly anything I did, really. The brave Umbral, and Umbral, that is, of the Umbral people. But...
And he places a very gentle hand. It almost feels more like a breeze. It's very light and frail.
You know, Nephis, and all of creation, we are all, in a way, one, and your friends are passed on to new friends. We are never alone, but always together, despite the differences.
What's your view on death?
On death, I think it is a really arbitrary concept. Rather paltry in thinking much about it.
Okay.
We are all Nephis, and we all return to Nephis.
Okay.
We are all one.
This is good because, well, Felavai's not here, but they have a real problem with death. They've got some trauma around it, and Zorik's not real, like, he's not real into it at all. So there's like weird vibes there, but you seem like more me and Dixie's sort of I haven't asked Kava yet. I should ask Kava.
In her sleep, she rolls over. I'm not afraid of death.
I guess I did. Anyway, yeah. So okay. So yeah, you and me, we get it. All right. Yeah. Good.
I look forward to getting to know you better, Sif. Did you say that the elders of this place are ready to meet with us?
They're probably waiting. I'm trying very hard to not upset Kava. I feel as though she's needing the extra rest so that she's not cranky. I don't know if she's going to be cranky. I'm just thinking she might be.
Well, you know what they say. There's only one way to find out.
And Vajrahan lightly kicks Kava, who's lying on the ground.
Oh, who's that? Sorry.
Just a frail Seraku, Kava.
And I'm over here. I couldn't have kicked you. I'm over here.
And off, randomly, she turns to Sif. You do know that we didn't abandon you, right? As she's waking up.
Oh, no, Kava. I never thought that. Never.
Okay, because I'm pretty sure I heard the word of abandonment somewhere in there.
Yeah, that.
I just wanted to make sure you knew that we had no intentions of leaving you behind. We have missed you thoroughly.
No, I understand. I felt that I abandoned you. That was what the abandonment was.
I mean, if this is what abandonment looks like, maybe you should do it more often.
I think that's a compliment.
I'm sorry, I'm still waking up.
Maybe Kava's changed more than I thought.
Wait, has anybody woken Zorik yet?
No, oh, there he is. Zorik.
Yes, Sif.
Tap, 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 tap.
I'm awake. I've just been
Good.
listening to your conversation, and it has brought me some joy.
Oh. Alright, well. Did
So
you and
Dixie, Sif, you spoke of
Hmm.
Dixie earlier. Do you know where they are?
No word, unfortunately. I've asked, but where they've gone and what they've done is a mystery.
I get the
Dixie.
sense that perhaps the story of Dixie is not yet complete. They have a tendency to show up when we may not expect them to. Vajvahan, I believe you would enjoy a meeting with Dixie. Energetic Lenai friend, good friend.
I have been getting to know Bluster Voice and Degit. They're both Lena. Degit's very old. I think Dixie might be young. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell with them. But Degit is very old. And Lenai are they're interesting. They hear music without music, and they feel things without silence. It's very strange. Their connections with different disciplines it's odd, but it's fascinating.
Certainly you've met Lenai before, Vajvahan, but this one in particular is a bit of a dreamer. Of
And a
sorts.
wanderer.
Much a wanderer.
Yeah.
You know, I find it interesting. You always, all of you, seem to know an awful lot of people. You're all quite social, aren't you?
We have traveled extensively. That does help.
I have spent this is he counts on his hand. This is 5 cycles I've been in Plok Plok, and in 5 cycles I have met many. and spoken with many.
Yes, it's just I have been around since cycles began, and can't really count too many people I know. I'm quite a homebody.
Well, you know us,
d-
Vajvahan, certainly.
Oh, now I do, yes. It has only been recently. Since I ventured out, I met Kava first, yes, with our little adventure group, and now I feel rather worldly knowing 4 or 5, but you know many more than that. It's hard to keep track. How do you keep track of their names?
I don't know most of their names.
Oh,
I mean, I know my friends' names, but most of the people, they recognize me from when I came in and talked to the governors about what I knew. They recognize me from that. They say hi to me and that kind of thing. I don't know who they are, but they're nice.
Vajvahan, I've developed a bit of a ruse that I often employ in a situation where I perhaps have forgotten the name of someone. I will turn to a companion and introduce them, and then turn to the one whose name I forgot and ask them to introduce themselves.
Oh, I get it. That is very clever. And then you deduce their name.
Indeed. It has served me well in many circumstances. You should give it a try next time.
I will. I'm very excited for this. Using the second eyes. Of course, I could use my first eyes to deduce names and this sort of thing from memory. But
I was gonna ask, not that I think it's weird, but you have two sets of eyes.
Yes, it's not weird, and I do. I like to think we all have a second pair of eyes, or what I would like to call a first pair of eyes. Only mine are more visible on the outside, and perhaps more accessible. But truly, we all have a fragment of memory of Nephis within us. And my first eyes, those that remember, I only open in remembering what I truly am, and that is, of course, as we all are, Nephis.
So, your first eyes.
These up here, yes.
I thought I followed. So your first eyes see memories, and your second eyes see now.
Yes, if we were going to use time, which is a really insignificant concept, but if to put it in context, if time is helpful, yes, my eyes, my first set of eyes see what was, I think you call it, and my second pair see what is. Now, all of you are gifted with an art that sees what may be. I am deducing, which is the manifestation of mystery.
Wait. Zora, Kava, you two have mystery?
It's true.
I feel like Felavai might have hidden themselves in us. That seems strange.
It's possible. My visions, which I relayed to you before, Sif, before we were separated, of my great-grandfather, Belisasuri, they visited me on numerous occasions during our time in Umult and encouraged that I focus on that particular discipline to open a gate that allowed them to aid us in our fight with the Overlord. It's a long story. Perhaps I will tell you more about it sometime when we're not late for a meeting.
Right. Thank you for reminding me. Are you all ready? Zorik, the stones, have you had any thought on whether you're willing to give them up?
Do the elders want them?
I don't know, but what I do know is that I have to tell them we have them.
You can tell them anything you want, Sif. I've never told you or indicated otherwise, but I do intend to keep one of them. Yes.
Okay. Well, I won't tell you what to do. I'm just. I can put it this way, Zorik. I have seen authority I never knew existed, and it exists here. And that authority is... In my home, there is a leader in every group, in every family. There is leaders. These are leaders of many families from many walks, many cultures, many individuals, so many. It is different. I don't know how else to say it, but their authority is palpable. It is, you feel it. I will leave you to feel it, but I'm just trying to give you proper context. I don't want to lead you in blind.
I appreciate that.
Also, Kava, Vahan, if you have anything that you're hiding, you probably shouldn't. Just blanket statement. Just.
Vajvahan pats down his single robe, which has 0 pockets.
Yes, I did lose my bow staff back there.
Oh.
Pretty much just the spectacles and a navigational tool.
We could get you a staff. That'd be easy. They're pretty cheap.
You can see that Kava is just dressed in like normal garb, very simple. She says to Sif, "Thank you for your advice. I am quite used to meeting either the Benevolent Council or Mother or Father."
I forget you're here. I'm sorry.
This is my first time to Plock, actually, so I will be excited if we have some time to tour the place. If not, I will be somewhat remiss.
I can show you around.
I look forward to it.
Okay. But we really should get going.
I want to also inform you all, Sif, you have 2 of those stones, and Zorik, Vajrahan, Kava, you have 6. I don't know how they're distributed, if Zorik has them all, or if a few are with each of you.
How big are these stones?
Yeah,
egg
that's
size.
a good question. Oh, egg size. Sir, Vajvahan will have one in his hand. Why not? Kind of rubbing it, kind of like a
Worry stone.
little memory stone. Yeah, exactly. He's just kind of having fun with it. Also interested in thinking about what elements might have been combined to create such a stone to stop galactic doorways.
I don't think Kava would have any Nah.
Okay. Imagining Zorik walking with this clacking sound.
Clang, 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 clang.
Clack.
I got rocks in my pocket.
All right. And from the Stone Mace District, you wander back toward the entrance of Black, passing through the Brass Crown Village, where you note a dark stone obelisk that stands as a memento to someone of importance. The obelisk stands about 6 shins tall and appears carved in old Lamplack phrases.
I would like to try and read it.
Okay. Please give me a lore at decreased difficulty.
That's a 4 and a 3.
Nice. All right. This is a memento to
Whilst reading this, Kava would mostly be saying it to like the group, but directing it mainly to like Vajvahan, because I know that he loves like little tidbits of knowledge.
this is it's a memento to someone that was referred to as the Shield Maiden.
Ooh.
And yeah, here we go. Marith Torn plaque. It tells the story. Let me make sure I have the right.
Another torn plaque. Ooh.
Sorry, this is not Marith Torn plaque. This is Kaikal Nelnik.
Nalnik.
Yes.
No, not like other. That's Kalnick. Close. Not Nalnik.
No, I know. Dave.
Okay, I was like...
Dave recognizes that surname.
Oh.
Yes, this is an ode to Kaikal Nelnik, who was recognized as a great huntress and had a bow of renown in their day. And so it's just kind of a record.
This obsidian tower, is this out front of the sort of political building where the leaders are gathered?
No, this is
just on our way.
It's on your way in a section of the city referred to as the the Crown Village, the Brass Crown Village.
The street is made of gravel of some sort, stones about and stuff like that, or what's our surroundings like?
It's basically pavers.
Is there any spare pavers kind of lying around anywhere in the section?
Give me a lore roll, if you would.
A lore roll? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. See if there's been any work done.
It is 100% arbitrary. However, I am going to use a primacy to bump that to a 4/4 because this is so important.
Yes, there is a stack of pavers because it appears they've been replacing some of them.
Excellent. Vajvahan's like to Kava, that is very interesting about the Shidu. And he sees a paver sitting off to the side and he becomes distracted with what you're telling him. And he goes and he picks it up and he can hardly heave the thing. He's like, and he kind of starts waddling over to you, Kava, and he's like, Kava, will you carry this for me to our meeting with the very important people? And he hands it to you. It's actually not all that heavy, but it looks like he was really struggling. It's like a fairly big paver.
Okay, Vajrahan, I trust you. I will do so with
You'll
no
understand.
asked.
You'll understand. Thank you.
And he pats you on the back.
Is there something you do you need pavers or just
No, it's very,
one?
very, very important, Sif. Trust me.
I think I do for some reason. I couldn't tell you why, but okay.
Me neither.
Kava to render the
Shall we
story
get going?
of Kaikal. This is a pre-emergence hero as well.
Ooh, yeah, she's my new hero. I'm just kind of like staring in awe, like absentmindedly grab the brick. Sure, Vajvahan, I trust you. Just like.
Did you say that it's pre-emergence, Kava?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay. At that, Vajvahan then pauses.
Pre-emergence, you say?
Yeah, it's been here a while.
Vajvahan would like to open his first eyes. What he wants to do is glean a phrase from the Shield Maiden, something she would have used to greet her fellow kind.
Sorry, I misspoke. This is not the Shield Maiden. This was Kai Kalnalnik, who was a huntress.
Oh, the Huntress. That's what I meant. Yes.
I'm not going to freak out.
That's a 3-3. I will use primacy to bump that to a 3-4.
What is the phrase?
I'm looking for a phrase she would have used that represents like an honorable greeting. I want to kind of whip it out to these politicians we're about to meet, who are apparently very fancy.
All right.
So something like, may your hunt be true, or like, I don't know, whatever a huntress would say that's very impressive that maybe they would know, or yeah.
Yeah, to the ease of the bounty or something.
To the ease of the bounty, there it is. All right, perfect. So he opens his eyes, and you just kind of see him sit there quietly with his eyes, like his first pair of eyes, the ones on top, staring at this pillar as he kind of almost goes in a trance-like state for a moment, and then he comes to.
Excellent. Well, shall we get going?
And he closes his first eyes and opens his second.
Wonderful.
Sif, just as we're walking, leans in and goes, "Does that hurt?"
Lifting the stone.
No,
That hurts
no,
a little bit.
no. Your eyes, the ones that are up. He's like pointing at
no.
the top of his head because he's like, I don't have room for another pair of eyes.
Actually, it is rather euphoric. For much of my existence, I have lived only in the first eyes. It is a place of peace, of tranquility, sometimes disturbing or troublesome, but it feels natural and like coming home. It is the second eyes that are more difficult, living in the present moment. Tribulations are more ready and available.
All right. Wow.
Passing through the village, you arrive at another structure you had noticed on the way in. A large building of stone walls decorated with stained glass windows. Most notably, it features an astounding mural. The building appears to be a sort of museum of Lamplack history. A placard names it as the Creator's Legacy Hall. 2 Lamplack warriors stand guard at the entrance, but they appear to recognize Sif. And with a nod, one of the women opens the door.
Sif's gonna lean over to Kav and go, "I think her name starts with a K. I don't know. I heard it. I just don't remember it. It's like a K something."
Would you be able to spell it?
No,
Okay.
just K something.
Okay.
No, it's K first, not an O.
K.
Yeah.
So do you pass in then?
Oh yeah, this is walking through. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Ty. Yeah, we didn't stop.
I didn't know you wanted to look at the mural. Inside the hall, you find the interior elegantly designed. Marble floors reflect various displays of Lamplack memorabilia, such as paintings, armor, weapons, and replicas of technologies, some familiar and some perplexing. Colorful light filters in, and the glass tells various histories of the pre-emergent Lamplack people. The rooms seem to go on and on into the depths of the building. A staircase winds from the right side of the present room. A velvety green runner protects the steps, and a brass banister gleams in the light.
Sif, this is an impressive place.
It's unlike anything back at my home. Yeah.
All built by the Lumblock. It feels very, like maybe Wotan.
I think there's probably plenty of this that was Wotan. I mean, that
You
brass
can
right
tell
there.
the brass. Yes,
Yeah.
the brass, I was seeing that.
Yeah.
A voice floats through the reverent air. None of this is built by Wotan. This is representative of the Landplaque people. It seems to me we are joined at last by the colorful coterie of our illustrious guests. Halfway down the stairs, you see a Landplaque woman of dark golden skin and rich curls of black hair. She wears a brass and gold headband, set with a cut emerald 2 knuckles long in the center. Her gown is likewise emerald and gold, with drapes of fabric attached at her wrists. The drapes expand and flutter when she moves her arms. A second voice of such rich timbre that the reflections seem to vibrate in the sheen upon the floor descends from just left of the landing at the top of the stairs. A male Landplaque of auburn hair and ochre skin smiles down upon you. He wears a gold and light blue tunic and bracers of red groff hair set with gold studs that run in a line from wrist to elbow. On his brow sits a similar band of gold and brass, though the stone is a beautifully cut sapphire. Thank you for meeting with us, explorers.
I have brought old friends, but they have been to Umbral. Or what was it again?
Umalt.
Umalt. The other place. The place that I was in for like 2 seconds.
You are led to one of the upper chambers. Inside, you find a variety of chase and upright chairs, each padded and upholstered with the same velvety fabric of the stairs. Several chairs form a loose circle. Please, says the woman, motioning to platters adorned with fruits and vegetables and a few delicacies you have never seen, but that remind you vaguely of certain beige mushrooms you have seen. There are no guards, but you are introduced to a few other individuals. Athit Turlak, a pale Landplaque woman of long brown hair, brown eyes, and a thin nose. She wears bronze mail that bears a circular symbol that seems to depict a mountain range bordering a body of water. The symbol is ringed by a lavender ivy and 4 white flowers, 1 at the top of the ring and 3 at the bottom. Ursinius, a sable-colored Ismu, dressed in elegant yellow robes, tied with a rope belt, fitted with a dagger in sheath. And an Ismu is a small, weasel-like or stoat-like creature with curved horns. So this is likely a Starnum. Derdella, this Selku, has wildly unkempt hair and wears a black elemental mail jerkin over a purple gown. And finally, Jarmo Kalnink, captain of the Harvesters, as Kava and Vajrahan can guess, by the profile portrait of a Landplaque in a groff headdress. As their symbol, Sif recognizes the captain firsthand by his cropped white hair, blue eyes, and bronze mail. The governors sit casually and bid you all to sit as well.
Clarifying question, is this around a table?
No.
It's just open circle of chairs.
Yes, correct.
Kava,
I move one of the chairs out of the way.
you can place the pava here, please.
Yes, Vajrahan. Sets the brick carefully in that
And I
spot.
sit down upon the brick, cross-legged, in the circle.
Appreciate it.
The male that addressed you in the blue. Oh, this, I understand. This would be customary.
Yes, to be quite honest, the softer the chair, I feel like I'm falling all the time. No, this is like my stump in my village. It is an honor, and I want to bring that honor to you to sit in the way I always sit.
Well, the honor is ours. Thank you for joining us. Your companion, Sif, has informed us of your foray to the Golden Valley and beyond. We've learned that you were instrumental in ending a great threat to the entirety of the garden. Is it true that you have ended this threat? And the woman looks from Sif to the rest of you.
It is true, Your Grace, that at least for the moment it appears as though the threat from beyond has been eliminated. But upon our return, we did see remnants of tears between the dimensions.
Can you explain what you mean by tears?
They are portals, held open by stones and
Yes.
portals too.
This has been reported, and the Mother Governor looks toward the woman that had the symbol of the circle of the mountain and the lake, as well as to the Captain Kalnick of the Harvesters.
Yeah. They are the same stones as before.
You have these stones. Let me see them, please.
I will hand them off.
I'll pull out the stones from the satchel that I have and present them as well, save one.
And what do you...
Vajvahan absentmindedly just keeps on rubbing his, not realizing that they're asking for the stones. He's just kind of taking.
They don't seem to notice, at least immediately. And what do you make of these stones exactly? Are these powerful?
If I may, first and foremost, may your bounty be plentiful.
And he just kind of nods, feeling very fulfilled in saying that.
A bit late on the greeting, but I see you know something of our traditions, of our histories.
Yes, these stones are nothing more than glorified dimensional doorstops.
They seem
keep open
right.
portals.
They seem to die or become not working after the portal is closed. So
We believe that they were brought here by one named Isha.
And
Somewhat
importantly,
in league, perhaps, with those from across the dimensions, or perhaps wielding the power of Umult for their own devices. I'm sorry, Vajvahan.
I was just going to add, and crafted by a loyal servant of the Overlord who we defeated.
did you kill this servant who makes things?
Not exactly. They were banished of a sort.
Oh, well, banishment's good.
The Governor Father says, do these stones represent danger for us in their current state?
Yes, if I may.
Yes, of course.
Yes, we defeated the Overlord. But there was one from...
And he kind of looks at the group if he should mention Isha's name.
It has been mentioned
It's already been mentioned.
It's already been mentioned, okay.
There's one known as Isha. I did not know them, but Zorik and Kava did. She became more seemingly obsessed with the Overlord's ideas that were to open up many dimensions to Nuovarden and turn the inhabitants of said dimensions against it.
What do you know of this Isha? Where do they hail
They-
from? Where are they at?
They were in Iksha. Now I look to Zorik and kind of like shake my head. Honestly, I wish Felavai was here to make more understanding of the culture, because when we last met them, they were an Iksha, and they ripped their bindings from their face before we last saw them. So they are no longer bound upon their eyes. So I'm not even sure if that makes them Ikshi once more or something else.
And they were in this Umult when you arrived?
They were in Umult, then they teleported to some other dimension, and now we assume that they are here, back in Nuovarden.
There is some suggestion indeed that this Isha has connections even here in Plak Plak.
What connections would that be?
Underworld connections, perhaps. A faction that we are not immediately familiar with, but we met them upon the road before traveling to Umult, and it was mentioned in conversation. Again, if Felavai were here, perhaps they would recall
They were the
connection.
ones. Yes, Zorak is correct. They are the ones who intimated that they were on a mission for some other, someone who was planning something, and they were after the Colossus that I told you about, and they had the unfortunate bodyguards I told you about that we dispatched. But we did not catch them.
The person you were introduced to, Captain Athit Turlak, the lamp-black woman with the symbol that you don't recognize, apparently, says and looks across at Captain Nalnik. There are such agencies within Plak Plak that may fit your description, namely the Poison Hens or the Shadowmark Alliance. Either of those names ring a bell?
Not to me.
Unfortunately, our conversation with Isha in Umut was brief and cryptic in many ways. You were not able to deduce co-conspirators.
But again, this individual was in Umult the first time you saw them.
No. We
They
encountered them prior to crossing over into Umult. A chance encounter, perhaps, but they were flanked by Mims that
Where I got
later
my armor from. Yeah.
Yes, we were compelled to engage in battle.
And this was where? Here in Plak Plak?
No, in the desert.
Ah. The desert or the Golden Valley?
Perhaps between
both.
them. Yeah. That was before we met Kava. Could have used Kava in that fight.
One can always use Kava in a fight.
Also true.
Captain Nalnik says, well, that is understandable. I see you both are representatives of the Harvesters. Actually, it looks to be that the three of you are, although in the motions to Zorak, I don't recognize you. I do recognize that armor. At least the symbol.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
Zorik.
You should tell him how you got the armor. Just
Good to good to meet you all.
maybe later.
The governors say, so to recap, you met this individual in the valley, which is no longer there,
Right.
and you pursued them or some such into this other dimension, Umult. There they had some sort of cryptic interactions with this overlord and then returned to Nuovarden and are responsible for these doorways? Am I missing something?
Yes. No, not to Nuovarden. They slipped into a realm of mist and the sound of ocean. You see, they have a proficiency for opening doorways to other dimensions, to other worlds. They seem to do it with great ease and are moving between them.
And is it
What
them
we
that... I'm sorry, Oracle.
we assume is an intent, as stated to us, to unite the other dimensions against what they view as a threat of Nuovarden against said dimensions.
Governor Mother Norish is her name, Thornblack. She says, are you saying that this individual who is from our garden somehow determined that this garden must be beset upon by external threats on their own?
I actually doubt, Governor, that their purpose is to strictly cause damage. I think my friends have fallen upon a plot of something where they hope to gain something.
You see Kava like looking a little awkward. We should be honest, and I plan to be to the mothers and fathers, but one of our companions, trust us, we did not know until it was too late. Corinth was a traitor. He was also a harvester, and he was in league with Isha and the Overlord. So, no, she probably is not working alone.
The Selku in the black male over the purple. I think I've missed something with regard to the connection between Nuovardians and this Overlord. What is the purpose of this Overlord? And perhaps it seems perhaps Umult has of an effect of madness upon...
Well, if I may,
of course,
Governor, Umult and those who live there are of the elements. They have a nature to them, an instinct, one of change, one of expansion, one of consumption. The Overlord, in my estimation, was sick with power, sought to infringe upon the very garden that we now stand in, blessed as it were. I'll look over at the Starnum, with the power of manifestation. The connection, as far as we know, between the two dimensions has been closed. We have friends there, one a powerful colossus named Lutu, who you may have heard of from Sif, who has at least made overtures of collaboration with the other peoples, the umbral of that realm. The connection now, I believe, is that of the power stolen from that realm, now in the hands of Isha, one of our realm, who seeks to use it to gain power. I would wonder if in your network of information gatherers, eyes, ears, that sort of thing, if there is rumblings of one who has surged in influence, perhaps, in recent cycles. That would be where I would suggest we focus our energies. But I'm only just trying to understand what is happening here. That is my guess.
Captain Nalnik says there are ways for us to do such research locally if you think that their influence has returned to Black or the immediate region. The Ismus kind of bobs a little bit in their little, they sit up on their little cushion, their curved horns swaying a little bit as they look about and they say, it's Ursinius. I would wonder if the power from Umult might be the influence of this Isha, or is it of the Overlord? Who is the driver here? Because it seems to be that none would leave from Nuovarden into another dimension and reign authority there unless I've missed something.
The Overlord has been destroyed.
If I may.
And I look at the other Selku.
Umut was birthed from Eos. Eos birthed Nephis, as I understand it. If you recount with your first eyes, within the realm of Umut, you can barely garner a glimpse, even into Eos. Eos is primordial. Perhaps Umut somehow foundational. The Nuovarden or the Nephis, its energy was found within the crystal shattered by the Starnum.
And I'll kind of glance over at the little weasel creature with a somewhat admonishing look.
So the connection is that Umut is ancient, more ancient than Nuovarden or Nephis. The power derived from the Overlord, as we learned from Krokfaust. Isha was allowed to pull power from an elemental dome created through great experimentation of combined elements. It was a battery that empowered the Overlord, and in the words of Krokfaust, took on a great energy or even persona in and of itself, which I believe was a direct connection to the thing of Eos. I think Isha tapped into such energies and took even a fragment of it with her. But these are just my suspicions.
Well, but if you, as you say, if it had its own persona, perhaps it is not who we remember, but this persona that has taken them over. Then we have a problem in terms of motivation. It would not be something simple like a creature of Nephis. The garden, what is there that we are wanting for here? But if it is this persona of whatever kind of power, its motive might be, who knows?
Therdella raises a spindly finger. I am... Sif, is it? You are following my line of inquiry as well. Avajvahan, I would like to know more of what you speak, but for another time. My question is, it mirrors Sif's. What is the motivation? Who had this motivation, and why?
I think that is actually where the answer still lies. In fact, I think that we still are missing answers to questions that we don't even know to ask. Because, for example, and this is just me speaking aloud from hearing all of your information placed before us, Isha knew to go there. From whom? Isha knew to speak to the Overlord. From whom? Corinth also received instruction. From whom? There is somebody, a party, or some person that we still have not revealed. That is at least my belief.
The governor mother says, is this correct? You found no motive?
Other than pure hostility, that is the motive that we have seen thus far, is the total destruction of Nuovarden. But beyond that, a motive to do why? That is still to be answered.
Perhaps the motive could be as simple as power. But I agree with Kava. There is a distinct possibility that there is a puppeteer at play, pulling the strings of these individuals who somehow knew to seek out the bridgeway, to cross the bridgeway into Umult. But I think in my brief encounter with Isha, I believe them to be drunk with the thought and the desire for power.
Zork, you had a direct conversation with the Overlord before the battle. Do you remember what the Overlord expressed?
I believe it was concern about the manifesting energy of the garden.
Yes.
Yes, he was a man, a being of great fear.
Fear.
Though he was power hungry, he was terrified at what Nuovarden represented. Our ability to manifest in so many different ways. Umbral, or Umult, I believe, only manifested the elements. They did not seem capable of manifesting beyond this. Nuovarden, we can manifest many things.
Captain Athid says, so it is the fear of the... It is almost as if the garden was perceived as being more powerful than their dimension.
Perhaps.
This is good information.
Or, I know we speak of power, and I know very little of power beyond what it is between a hunter and his prey. Power in and of itself is perhaps motivation enough, but for there to be someone pulling a string, the destruction of Nuovarden cannot be their end goal.
Exactly, because once you destroy Nuovarden, what is there? There's nothing. What do they stand to gain from having nothing?
So, my conclusion then is the only possible motive that can be guessed in this moment is control.
Yersenius speaks up again, the Ismu. It is true that the power that, and they look towards Vajrahan, that the Starnum brought into the new garden is largely unwieldy. That must be admitted. And so if there was fear, as you mention, it has to be related to an overwhelming sense of a loss of security. I think control is a good word. But it's fair to assume that such a force could overlap the borders and must be mitigated. I know it may sound hypocritical for us to say as Starnum, given the after effects of our presence here, but what is in motion continues to be in motion. That must be contemplated.
Wise words. Whatever the motivations are, and for whatever reason your kind came here and the effects therein, we now have a duty, all of us here in this room, to figure out how we can best protect the garden from whatever conspiracy is afoot with this Isha.
And if I may, though this is probably far-sighted, we now know that at least one other realm felt threatened by Nuovarden. Our politics and people are no longer isolated to just the realm of Nuovarden. If the Overlord felt threatened, how many others like him might feel threatened? And if Isha is moving about, spreading such things, perhaps it behooves a counterbalance to spread a different message in other realms.
The governor father says, that is a consideration of diligence. Yes, indeed. It may be a bit ahead of where we are just yet. Is there anything else we should know before we convene to discuss this news you have delivered us?
Go ahead, Vashrahan.
Vajrahan kind of consults his team.
Should we tell them about Krok Faust dropped into another realm? What if Isha finds him?
Probably better to have them educated than not.
And you did mention you banished him, so...
Indeed.
But
very
banished
nice
to one of the dimensions that Isha would have access to, no?
I don't know. You were there.
I guess I'm not so familiar with the manifestation of mystery. If only Falafai was here.
Yeah. Your governors, the only thing left, I think, besides that the crafter of these stones might still be alive somehow, we have no way of knowing. But I think it is important that the tearing of the eye coverings is known to the Ixi. I think it would be profound to them, and that they might be, I don't know, helpful, but they might be even more useful than we are in finding one of their own.
Captain Alnig says, if this individual, Isha, is involved in either of the groups that Captain Nathit has mentioned, then I believe it probably moves far beyond their culture and is within the politics of the factions that operate within the walls, whether we like it or not, of this fair city. So we will make that part of our investigation and be sure to include you in any relevant information should we find anything.
With that being said, you mentioned two factions, the Poison Suihus and also the Shadow Marked. Can you provide us a little bit more information with in regards to them, just so we can keep a lookout?
You mean in general? You're not familiar with either faction?
Can I make a lore check?
Sure.
Oh, I want to make one too.
Oh, that's a 4-2.
All
I
right.
have no clue.
Which one do you want to know about, Kava, that you would? I'll give you one of the two.
Poison sweet hands, please.
Yes. You know that the Poison Suihans are something of a whisperer/spy organization. They mark their areas with their symbol, which appears to be a stylized green stylized Suihan that is falling in the curvature of death.
Oh, that's nice.
And sometimes they'll mark their meeting locations. They graffiti it around, and they're not always fresh markings, so it's hard to tell. But they are something of a spy network. And that's what you know about them. And the captain says, it's true that the Suihans operate within the walls, and we keep some tabs on there, but we'll convene with the City Watch and see if there's more information we can grant you soon. What did you get, Sif?
I got two. I got 2 twos.
Okay.
I got nothing.
Yeah, you're not familiar with those factions yet. Yeah.
Nope.
If there's nothing else, we would keep these stones and have them examined to make sure that they're not an independent threat. We don't need gateways springing up in the midst of the city, for example. If there is value associated with them, we'll compensate you accordingly or return them. It seems they're perhaps not greatly... yes.
I would just point out, for the prevention of portals opening up in the city, that would warrant dispensation for the stones. Not necessarily their face value, but what it means to have them inert in our possession, in your possession. I'm
not sure what you're asking.
I I would say maybe perhaps some dispensation, some trade for them, for the recovery of them.
Well, let us determine what they actually are to the best of our ability, and we will compensate you accordingly. For example, I wouldn't wish to promise you compensation for gateway opening power when it doesn't exist.
No, of course not.
Right. But it may have that power. We don't know. We'll find out.
Right.
Do be patient with us.
I turn to Zorak and I go, I've never been good at negotiating. I don't get it.
I've seen you negotiate quite well before, Sif.
When?
You don't recall?
No, I'm always terrible.
You've always had a great memory too. Peculiar.
If it's any consolation, I don't think people pay much for doorstops.
That's not a consolation at all.
As the meeting winds down, Governor Corcal speaks. That's the gentleman. Please give us a few thousand breaths to discuss this news. We will see to it that your lodging is renewed this repose. Do stay nearby until you hear from us again.
We'll be in the chalice.
Very well. The governors stand, followed by the rest of the council. And once all are standing, you are motioned toward the exit.
Yeah, this is where we go. Back the way we came.
Okay.
Do you want your stone?
Oh, no, it's fine.
I pick it up anyways.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna look at
Pick it up
Kava
anyways.
anyway. I was like, yeah, pick it up. Yeah.
So Vajran's keeping one and Zorak is keeping one?
Yeah.
Oh no, I meant his brick on the
Yeah.
ground.
Oh, yes, the paper.
Yeah, I'm picking up the paver.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Vajrahan thinks it's fine where it's at, but
Yeah, we're picking up
gotcha.
the paver. Yeah.
What did you do with the
Yeah.
What did you do with the doorstop? That Vajran.
Vajrahan still has not processed that he's actually holding one, so he is absentmindedly walking out with one. If he's
All right.
supposed to give it, he's unaware. He's
Very
kind
well.
of oblivious.
You exit down at least to the museum level, and if you have any final thoughts for now.
We've made our way back here to Block.
Mhm.
We know Isha means to make her way back here. In some way, shape, or form, has she even admitted to us? Should we investigate?
Yes.
One of these groups, what was it? Sweet? What is even in
Poison,
that?
sweet.
The poisoned sweet hens.
And the shadow mark.
Perhaps we start with the sweet hands. Find out
Indeed.
what, or if they have connections. Otherwise, we're just dilly-dallying, waiting around on the call of important people.
I do not intend to sit and wait for the council and their deliberations. I agree. We should look into this.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, they said give us a few thousand breaths to think about this stuff. I didn't hear anything about us not being able to look into things. Did you?
Did not.
Not at all.
Well, I think what's not said is permissible.
Arguably, what is said is also permissible, but
Only if
Yes.
it's permissible when it's spoken right. Yeah, no, you know what? You're really smart.
thank you. I think.
Yeah. You like know
But
stuff
yes.
before I say it. It's kind of crazy.
Kava, you seem to know something about this group. Did you have previous affiliations of some such?
But I have no affiliation with them in the slightest. She seems somewhat offended that you would ask, like misunderstanding the question. But no, I've never been a part of the Poison Sweet Hens ever.
Vaj Vahan, his demeanor seems just the same as ever. Like, this is a totally normal question to ask. Like, no judgment.
Interesting. Where would we begin to find such a network?
So normally they have the symbol. It's a little weird. It's literally like the image of a dying Sweehan, like
It's like that.
crunched over.
Yeah, you know that there were like 3 of them on the wall next to the chalice. You know, the little green things.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
You said the little bird and the green thing. Yeah, there were like 3 of them on the wall.
Where? When did I miss that?
Well, we were talking as we were going into the chalice, and then we were talking when we were coming out, so we didn't really see them. I just noticed them. But they looked old. They were like faded and like cracked.
Oh my God, Sif! I think you've done it. She like grabbed Sif by the shoulders.
I've done what?
That's a clue.
I mean, they're kind of all over the place. I don't know what you're...
That's a problem.
Yeah, because I don't know where where the one is.
No, it's a problem. That means that this is like, oh gods, is Plock Plock like one of their home bases?
I don't know. I could draw one of those. It's not that hard. They're not that great, actually. I've seen, like, we should have, what we really should have done, and what we'll do after whatever this is, we'll go look at the mural outside. That's real art. Zorik, you'll like it.
There was a picture?
Yeah, there's a big mural.
And so, stepping outside of the hall, you stand there in front of this glorious mural that decorates the outside of this wonderful building, depicting some sort of battle between a Lampblack warrior and a fate worm. And as you stand there under the light of the sky crystal of the new phase, I will award you each 1 key point, and this is where we will end our session tonight. Ba-dum.
So many clues, so much lore. That was awesome.
Especially after yesterday, my brain is like, ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nuovarden every day.
Yeah. Trapped in the
guys,
garden.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the raid, Stronghold D&D. Appreciate you guys jumping in here at the end. We're just kind of we just wrapped up, but always very generous of you to find us here over at Guild Superior. Appreciate you very much. And you guys, everybody, Doc and Scottish Jeff and Scarpy and Kayla, thank you so much for resubs and gifting subs. And you guys, the support is it's very meaningful to us. So thank you for that. Let's quickly go around the table. I know it's a little late, but let's go around the table. Let's get some outros. Let's start with Kayla.
Hello, I'm Kayla. I also play Kava, your friendly neighborhood buff girl. And you can find all my stuff over at Kayla_Janelle or Chicken Fucking Nugget, but don't try and spell that because I have it in very odd spelling. We will be playing Nuovarden on my channel next Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you are interested and you'd love to see Ian and Daryl Sucks at Gaming play in their session, then you can come join us. We'd love that.
Do it. You'll be happy you did. Definitely. And go check out the VOD of Ty and I from last night. It was very fun.
Yes, that game was amazing.
Time.
And then I'm not just saying that because I'm biased.
That was very fun. Thank you so much, Kayla. I really appreciate you very much. And it's great to have you in this game. Paul, let's jump to you next. Glad you were able to make it for the session. Great to see you. Tell folks about House of Eidolons.
Hey everybody, Paul Andrighetti, also known as Penborough. Thanks for letting me jump in halfway through. Sorry for running late. But I'm in a fancy suit, so maybe it's all okay. Glad to be here. I am the co-author of an up-and-coming cyberpunk TTRPG known as House of Eidolons. It's heist-like, runs on kind of a mission system as you run different operations, kind of Ocean's 11 style, but in a cyberpunk world. You're running heists and stuff for the highest bidder. It's really fun. It's a great time. It's a very, very, I think, deep and modular based system where you get to experience really your cyberpunk power fantasy and get to have a lot of fun. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you win because the mission and pulling off the contracts what matter, not how strong your character is. So it's a really fun system. We'll be doing some of it. I can't speak. Some of it on House of Eidolons here in the very near future. And then some more of it during the winter as well. So keep an eye. We're also going to be kickstarting the book coming up early next year. So we're very excited about that. Keep an eye. And again, Guild Superior is the place. Find out more about it, or you can come check out our own Discord as well. But we love Guild Superior, so we're often over there hanging out and in streams like this and enjoying Ty's masterpiece. And yeah, so that's me.
Spoiler alert, Paul, you are Guild Superior.
I'm one of us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have a little 3-parter coming up at the end of October. And then, yeah, I'm so excited for a new campaign. We ran one a couple months ago now. Was it like 6 months or more ago? It was a while. It was super fun. And we're going to dive back into another one in 2026. So stay tuned for that. We'll be casting. You might want to come over to our Discord and get news on that kind of stuff. Paul, thank you very much. I'm glad you made it for the end of this session. And let's jump over to Tim. Tim, it's great to have you back.
Great to be back. Feels good. Feels good to be Sif again. The
new and improved Sif. Yeah.
The new and improved Sif.
Things changed.
Right. Yeah. So I'm Tim. I'm on Discord, barely hanging on, pretty much still forever. You can find me here. You can find me over at Terror Twins Chaos Gremlins, their podcast. I'm in a few things randomly. You can see me again back here a little later this month, I think. I'm not
the
sure.
19th, next week.
Yeah.
We'll
be doing some oh boys. It'll be an oh boy. And you can also find me. I'm on over at Adventure Slang too, so you can find me in that Discord too. I am self-proclaimed. I am Ty's like Friar, like Little John, to his Robin Hood. So Ty can attest. I send him stuff at random hours that is Nuovarden stuff all the time. So
yeah, well, I'm lucky because I just go, hey, I was thinking, and then you're up all night.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Ty does it to me sometimes where he's like mentions something at like 10 o'clock at night, and 3 o'clock in the morning I'll wake up with whatever thought that made. So
evil, creative genius. I knew I loved you for a reason, Tim.
I try to be.
Here's my big boy. All right, well, I'm so glad that you're back with us and that Sif is back in the crew, because we're gonna get in some pretty serious shit here. I think I can see Ty, just the gears are spinning, the plots are thickening.
Hey, I get you tonight
when
off.
the eyebrows go up. It's the eyebrows. The eyebrows go up, and you're like, "Oh no, that's bad."
I'm like, what did we just say? Did we just say something really good, or did we get ourselves into hot water? All right. Well, Tim, glad to have you back. And yes, we will be getting into some serious business on the 19th, which is a Friday of next week, playing some Viking Death Squad. Whew. Okay, get ready for that, Dave. All right, well, we'll jump next to Ty. Ty, thank you so much for creating this game, and then running a bunch of sessions for us so we can play in this world that you created. Thank you so much.
I love it. Thank you. This is session 15, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's the math. I love it. Thanks for giving me the opportunity. Anybody that's watching, if you will please help tell people about this game, that would be awesome. Just spread the word, let folks know there's a cool D4 system out there set in a world that you haven't quite seen before, and you can do a lot of stuff as the player that you maybe can't do in some other games. So check it out, see how it goes. Tomorrow, session 2 of this actual full series drops on the Chronicles of Nephis podcast as an audio pod. So I'm gradually producing or changing them over to audio as well. So you can relive or start over and catch up or however you want to do that. That'll be the second episode, and we'll drop them about every 2 weeks. Also, Tim mentioned being on the Adventure Sling Discord. Tim is also my co-host on the Adventure Sling podcast. So you can hear him over there. And which we actually need to get one done here pretty soon. So that one's the interview podcast. So there's just lots of stuff going on all the time. I will continue to do that, work on these things, write these stories, look for what do you call them? Community games at Guild Superior, running Oopsals in Nuovarden as well, probably later this year, into the next year. So yeah, stuff is always going on. You can follow all that news and information if you sign up for the mailing list, or just ask me on socials, DungeonMisterTy or Adventure Slang there. That's it for me for now.
Ty, thank you so much. I
My
really
pleasure.
appreciate you.
Same.
Guys, I'm Dave. I sort of instigate things around here, and it's a pleasure. It really is, because I get to play with these awesome people and other awesome people in a variety of different games. I'm going to just do a couple of quick announcements. Then we're going to raid into our friends over at Dork Tales. They're playing Vecna, Eve of Ruin, and they're getting into some serious business, and they've got some sweet cosplay going on. But before we get there, come back on Tuesday night, because all month, this on Tuesday nights all month, Candace the Magnificent is running us through a game of the Monster Hunters Club, and we've got Kenzie and Keon and Fabian, and it's very fun. And we're preteens, I would say, 11 to 13-year-old kids. 1987. It's like I get to play myself. It's pretty awesome. A glorified version of myself, of course, but nevertheless, it's super fun. So come back on Tuesday, check it out. It's also our first episode. Our first session is up on our YouTube page. So if you want to, that's a great place to go if you want to see any of the great stuff that we've been creating over the last couple of years. There's the YouTube link right there. But we'll be back on Tuesday for that. So come by and check that out. If you like what we do, please follow the channel. And come back on Tuesday and next Thursday for more of this goofy stuff, playing games in make-believe in a place that's safe and fun. And with that said, be good. Try to spread a little bit of compassion in the world and some goodness out there, because it's a dumpster fire, and we need some compassion and goodness. Thank you all. We will see you next time. Stick around for the raid. We're going to go check out Dark Tales. Bye-bye.